Mr. Webster for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Williams, a lot of talk about how much money we're going to have and what we need it for and so forth. Would you see that even if we were able to maintain or even accelerate the funding, if there were something else that came in and siphoned away some of that money, would that be detrimental to the study of quantum and our success in that? Would you see that being detrimental? Anything that would siphon away money?
I think as one moves, again, there's a lot of basic research, but as one moves to transitioning this technology into our broader base, whether for national security or for economic security, that if we do not exploit the seed corn that we have created, that other nations will exploit it for us, and they will end up reaping the economic benefit of it. So I think that the U.S. somehow has to figure out how we end up owning this technology the same way that we own the technology for the transistor and all the benefits that came from that. I and Steve Binkley were at the EU kickoff, and one of the small European companies basically pointed out, you know, the transistor was also found there in Europe, and they thought it was a toy. We exploited it, and we reaped the benefits of that. So I think we're going to have to reap the benefits of the corn that we have sowed.
And it would be more than economic. You mentioned economic benefits. I mean, there are more benefits than just that, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. The national security implications, because again, sensors are used in our military. They're not only used in the military, but they're used for mining, other things. So I mean, there are broad, both economic and national security implications to the broad QIS technology.
Dr. Kurose, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I was just sitting here shaking my head, yes, yes, yes. So I agree with Dr. Williams said. Just with respect to national security, Chairwoman Comstock mentioned in her opening remarks the importance of quantum in terms of quantum encryption and post-quantum encryption and the powerful nature of quantum computing. One area where quantum computing, it's not a panacea for all kinds of computing, but one area where it's going to be very, very important is in cryptography. It's one of the things that can be done really well there. And that has tremendous ramifications for national security and also for economic competitiveness.
Dr. Binkley?
Following up on the theme introduced by Dr. Williams, if you look around, digital electronics pervades everything that we do today. And the quantum technologies that are coming about through research in QIS are likely to have a similar effect as we move into the future. And, you know, we are, in fact, at an inflection point, and the time really to invest is now.
Great. Madam Chair, I would say that in this committee, we've had people come and testify about taking away some of the money and adding it into another program, but I would say that the testimony here would be a direct assault on that, in that having money diverted into some other program by us would be detrimental to our advancement. I mean, there is an imperative. We're not in sort of just a walk. We're in a run, a race. We're trying to be number one. And so I know a lot of people have bought into the fact that STEAM should replace STEM. And all I can tell you is that that to me says some of the money gets diverted. And I think that would be the bad thing. It's nothing wrong with the arts and other things. I think those are great. But we're in a race. And if we're going to win this particular race, this race that we're in now, we're going to have to take all of our resources for that particular race and put them there. So long live STEAM. But I'm glad for it. But on the other hand, if we want to win this race, we're going to have to focus on STEM. Yield back.